Welcome back to the Virginia Indian. My name's Larry. I'm going to show you my collection today. First off, for those new riders, you may be wondering, or those who want to ride a motorcycle, what is a good motorcycle to start on? Well, I bought my first motorcycle in 2010, 12 years ago, and I wasn't planning on buying a motorcycle 12 years ago. I was at work downtown Roanoke, up on the 17th floor. It was a Friday afternoon. I was looking out the window and I saw some scooters or small motorcycle people riding around downtown. It was a beautiful day and I said, man, that looks fun. So I got online that afternoon and decided maybe I should go buy a motorcycle. I looked at the Rebels because they were small motorcycles. Called the local Honda dealer up and I said, do you have any of these in stock at your shop? And they said, yeah. So I went down to the motorcycle shop that afternoon, looked around, didn't know what I was looking at. So anyway, I saw this Honda Shadow and it looked pretty nice, not so big, you know, a little intimidating because, you know, my first motorcycle, all the motorcycles looked a bit intimidating. Anyway, so I asked the guy, I said, can I take it for a test ride? He says, yeah, but do you have a motorcycle license? I said, no. He says, do you have a learner's permit for a motorcycle? I said, no. So I decided, I left the dealership. That was a Friday afternoon. I immediately got a motorcycle license study book, took it home that night, studied the study book for a motorcycle license. I went to the DMV early Saturday morning, took the written test, and just passed the test. I got 3 wrong out of, I don't know. Anyway, I just passed the test. They gave me a learner's permit, and I immediately went over to the dealership again on Saturday morning, and I said, hey, I want to test ride this Shadow. And I showed him my permit. Yeah, I didn't even have a helmet. I mean, I had nothing. He gave me a helmet, and he let me ride it around their parking lot and the adjacent parking lot. And I said, it's been a while since I've ridden a motorcycle. How do you shift these? How do you shift these things again? One down and 2 up. What? Oh yeah. So he told me the shift pattern. Of course, in the parking lot, I don't think I may have gotten out of into second gear. I don't think I even made it into third gear. But I made it around a couple times without dumping it, and he was keeping his eye on me. And went back into the shop and I picked my first motorcycle out, and they delivered it on Monday. So my first motorcycle, Honda Shadow 750cc, fairly, I was still intimidated, but it was, let me show it to you. This bike I think is good for a beginner because it's low to the ground. Let me get this camera here. You can easily get on this motorcycle. Easily. Easy to put your feet down. But I was still intimidated by a motorcycle. They delivered it on Monday. That afternoon, I was riding my motorcycle. Little Honda Shadow. Great first motorcycle. So this motorcycle is 10 years old. I need to clean it up, but if I cleaned it up, it'd look almost new. I put the windscreen on it. It did not come with a windscreen. I put the back passenger rest on it and the luggage, the rack. I put those things on it. Other than that, it's the same way as it came from the dealer. Honda Shadow. So I started riding in April of 2010. Rode every afternoon or every day on this thing. It's got some spider webs on it. Imagine that. Between April 2010 and December, I put over 12,000 miles on this thing that first year. This is pretty neat. You can see the snake skin flames here on the tank, and it's got the same snake skin flames on the fenders here, and a little bit on the back too. Here goes down. I guess these are decals. Honda Shadow. This is a 2009 model. I bought it in 2010 new off the floor. My second bike I bought 2 years later, and that one is coming up. Alright folks, this is my 1993 Kawasaki Voyager 1200. I bought this in 2012, found it on Craigslist right here in Roanoke Valley. I rode this thing 5 years until 2017. This thing is a fast motorcycle. It's got 1200 cc's, doesn't sound like much, but it had a 4-cylinder inline. And yeah, it could move. I had 2 speeding tickets with this baby. As you can see, it's full dresser. Had a AM/FM cassette player, CB radio, all the connections for passenger and the driver communications. You see the speakers sitting up there on the back. That's 2 of the speakers. There's 2 more up on the front, cowling. Anyway, had it until 2017. Then I traded it in on my next motorcycle. And this is my first Indian motorcycle. It's a 2017 Indian Roadmaster. I bought it new. It's very similar to my Roadmaster I have today. This one's the basic model. The one I have today is the Elite model, but same engine. Very similar. I had it 10 months. My wife and I were driving in New York City on a very, very hot day, and we got into Flushing, New York. I turned it off, and then I went to park it, tried to turn it on, and it only was running on one cylinder. It ended up going to the factory in Wisconsin or Minnesota somewhere. I'm not sure. It came back so damaged I didn't want the motorcycle anymore. Talked to the dealer, and I traded this one for my second Indian. These boots are labeled Indian, but they are really Red Wing boots. They're great. Had these boots 5 years. They need a little polishing, but it's okay. Alright, now I'm ready to do some more serious biking. Of course, you've seen this one before in all my videos. Of course, my Indian Roadmaster Elite 2018. If you're serious about putting miles on the highway, this is the type of bike you want. Cruise control, GPS, heated seats, heated grips, tire pressure monitors you can read on the screen, all that stuff. Retractable, adjustable windscreen. I think I've showed you this bike before, but I'll show it to you again. I bought this in 2018. Come on. Oh. There we go. Power on. All kinds of good stuff. This is my GPS maps. Zoom in, zoom out, you know, whatever. Vehicle status, engine hours, oil change. I have to change my oil soon. It's got 71 miles left. Ride data, fuel range. I've got 91 miles left on this tank of gas. Average mile per gallon, average speed, time of, this is a trip. I can reset that. I have a Bluetooth iPhone connection here. I don't have my iPhone, so there's no connection here. This is a mile per hour. I have like several places. I have 3 places, I think, to show mile per hour. Here, here, and there's another screen. Gear, it's in neutral now. Been having a little problem with that. The gear position sensor is kind of flaky. Sometimes I'll be cruising down the road in 6th gear and the sensor will indicate back to neutral. The problem with that is when the cruise control sees electronically neutral, the cruise control will pop out of gear, kind of giving me a surprise. It's not out of gear, it's just the electronics from that sensor shows it's out of gear, so the cruise control pops out, and yeah, anyway, that's not good. What is this? This is my music. I don't have any music on here now, and my screen. Okay. Gas, battery. Yeah, good stuff. Plenty of storage spaces on these. Nothing really different about this bike. I mean, it's got the saddlebags and the big trunk back here with a luggage rack. Yeah. Well, like I said, heated seats, grips, 6 speakers, two here in this position, 2 speakers in the passenger seat position, and 2 speakers on the saddlebags, this position. Plenty of power with a 200 watt amplifier for the these are glove boxes, one on each side. All LED lighting. Got a little Indian head. He lights up. So that's my Indian, and you'll see this again and again and again. It's not going anywhere. Turn it off. Oh, you want to see this part? Sorry, let me show you this part. Check out the windscreen. Down, up, nice. Alright, that's my Indian. Put a lot of miles. If you want to go 300, 400, 500 miles in a day, this machine will do it for you very comfortably. So are you wondering why I bought an Indian? Well, this is my dad. This is his Indian. I'm going to guess this picture is from about 1947. I'm not sure what the motorcycle, the year of the motorcycle is, but yeah, this had some influence on me for buying my Indian. Okay. All right. You've seen some nice motorcycles that I've had. But I tell you, if you really want to feel like you're riding a motorcycle, this is what you want to have. Purchased this about 6 weeks ago, I guess. This Harley Davidson 1980. It's got some years on it, 42 years old. Original paint. These pipes have been changed out. It used to have from the factory, that came 2 into 1 from the factory. This has a brand new SNS Super E carburetor, brand new. It's got the CC. This engine is a Shovelhead, and that's why I bought it, because it was a Shovelhead. This is the 1980 1300 and some 1320 cc motor. It's got not only the, you know, electronic starter, but it's got a kick starter, and we'll just leave that alone because I can start it pushing a button. Like I said, if you really want to feel like you're riding a motorcycle, this will do it. I've had it about 6 weeks. The tack is on. The tack does not work. I've got one on order. I'm going to change that tack. Original speedometer, 48,133 miles. It's got on my Indian, this filler cap is fake and you can't turn it or do anything. But on this one you can access the tank from both caps. Hey, you want to hear something really strange? It leaks oil. Can you imagine a Harley Davidson Shovelhead leaking oil? Of course I'm kidding. I think they all leak oil. Yeah, chain drive. The same year, there's this pretty much same motorcycle. The Harley came out with something called a Sturgis model, and it's got, the Sturgis model has a belt drive instead of a chain drive. They look pretty much the same. I think they have the same engines in them. Yeah, this riding this around is not for the inexperienced by any means. All right, let's see if it starts. It's been a week sitting here. Cold start. Doggone. 1980 Shovelhead, cold start. Turn on the fuel. Choke's over on carburetor side. Give her some choke. All right. Give her a little pump in the gas here. Turn the key on. Key's on. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Oh, here we go. What's going on? And that, my friends, is motorcycle number 5.